Hey, so this year I decided to start a Facebook page for a Creative Life Binary because I felt like, first of all, it was just an intuitive feeling of wanting to do it. So I am in a season of listening to those creative instincts, I guess you could call it, and moving forward with different things. And so one of the things I wanted to do this year was explore existing and other platforms that may not be as well known right now, for ways to get the type of content that I write and feel should be out there. And one of the things that I felt like would be a little bit more of a simplistic move would be to have a Facebook page. I'm on the fence about a Facebook group because I'm looking at other spaces or platforms that I feel like could host a Facebook group in a more intimate setting, and not, I don't know. So I feel like Facebook can be a little bit of a hit or miss now. And while following other content creators and getting some tidbits of information from them and kind of just relearning this whole space of social media, especially since I've decided to pull back on certain things, I'm just kind of rethinking and looking at all of that again. And so, anyway, there will be a space that I will kick off for a group setting that could be more um, active, for active engagement. But I felt like I needed to have, since I started a Creative Life Binary, which is the second phase of living a life of creativity.com, I just felt like it needed its own excuse me, it needed its own space, so to speak. And so that's why I'm starting the Facebook page. And one of the other reasons is because a lot of the times, the content that I write and put out there kind of gets lost in the shuffle of all the algorithms and all that stuff. So it is better to kind of look at different ways to diversify where I put this information and things like that, because I think it's stuff that people want to see out there and need to see. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I just press record just to say that and to let you know that that's coming, and then I'll begin to put some information out there about when it's up and things like that, and share it in the newsletter. Was one of the places I was going to share it, because I haven't put out my main newsletter yet, because I was still trying to figure out what my subject matter should be based on for the month, since I do only one a month, and it's from an intuitive space. Now that may change next year as I develop these new avenues of putting content out there. I may bump it up to twice a month or something like that. But yeah, so just putting all that together, just kind of giving you my out loud thoughts and process as I think through all of this and where I fit in this big puzzle called, content and writing. And another reason I wanted to start doing that is to have a place where people can actually see the type of content that I write and that I'm working on, and just kind of put myself out there more. I've gotten some intuitive guidance from other sources, that kind of was pushing in that direction that I should consider or should be or would be doing that. And so when I woke up this morning, now when I first kind of got that inkling or heard that, I was kind of like, no, that's for somebody else, that's not me. But when I woke up this morning and felt like that creative urge and push, and I might have to talk about that in another post or another video about what that feels like and how to know the difference, or just kind of know when that's a creative push and that you should follow it. But I felt that this morning, and I felt like I needed to act on it and do something about it. And so this is a big push for me because um, the writing, content writing space is the space I seem to fit in. The challenge for me is, I'm not so worried about being the beginner in the space or whatever. I've been writing or putting effort into writing for over 7 years. And so I'm not really so concerned about being the newbie in the space or, um, you know, the mistakes that, the rookies make in the space. I am past that right now because I feel like a lot of people have pulled back or not been putting themselves out there because they're afraid to be a beginner. And for me, if I'm saying, to my audience that, I'm merging creativity and intuition together, I would like to be doing what it is that I encourage others to do. So that's why I did this video, so that you would know up front and out loud what I'm thinking about and how I process my thoughts. So that's what I'm doing. It'll be a Facebook page. I'm going to find another platform to do a group setting. So I'm rethinking that. But this would just be so that my content and things that I have already written and worked on can be circulating in that space where people are. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Anyways, I have so much other news to tell you all, but that will be a little bit later because I have another video that I recorded about a couple months back and not quite ready to share it yet, but but there's some other news coming up next as well. And so that's another reason why I felt like going ahead and doing this part now makes the most sense, because what I plan to do next and share next, it'll be a little bit easier for people who want to follow the journey to be able to do that, especially if they kind of live and breathe in the Facebook space. So that's my rant for today. That's my creative intuition push for today. And I will be updating you all very soon about when that Facebook page is up. And it will make it a little bit easier for you to engage with my content. And also, back to what I was trying to say, putting myself out there as a writer, and then attracting people to my writing who would want me to write as me for some of their things. But that's a little bit later. I'm not pushing myself to make that the focus. I just really wanted to have a space in the Facebook world where this, Creative Life by Neri can also live and breathe out loud. Okay, that's my spill, and I will talk to you guys next time.